Appearance on Dion's Daily Dose does not imply endorsement from or by any candidate or guest. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by Dion Bergeron or Dion's Daily Dose are his own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of any guest. Material and information presented is for general information purposes only. The Dion's Daily Dose name in all forms and abbreviations are the property of its owners, and its use does not imply endorsement of or opposition to any specific organization, product, or service. If you'd like to support the show, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/Dion's Daily Dose.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 2024, right? It has been an absolutely wild, week and a half now. Slightly behind on getting the show back up and running, but I think you'll agree the background's much better. We're still working on video and audio. That's kind of what slowed me down and getting started. I had to play with a couple of different browsers. Finally, I just went to this one. Now, I may or may not experience some minor lag issues. I fixed that by using alternate browsers, but for some reason, it's not allowing me to work those right now. I'm like, I'll get back to it after the show. I'll fix it. So we may or may not have a little stuff that we already fixed. But it's so good to see you guys. We have a lot to cover. But I'm gonna truncate it as much as I can. First of all, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Your time is valuable, and I appreciate it that you spend it with me. I hope you guys like the setup. I put the picture. This is my background currently. We've got the American flag on the position of honor onto the left, and then the We the People flag, which I was a little concerned with how dark, obviously the flag is, and then the darkness of the gray, but I actually think it looks really, really good on camera. You guys let me know what you think. Drop in the comments. So we've got some upcoming guests that I think are going to be really, really, really important. I'm not going to cover, first, you guys know who John Rust is. He is an egg farmer here in Indiana, and he is running for United States Senate. As you know, Mike Braun is going to be running for governor, and so his Senate seat is going to be open. So there are a number of people that have said that they're throwing their hat in the ring, and John Rust is one of them. Now, the minor problem that John Rust had is he wants to run as a Republican because he says he's a Republican. Well, unfortunately, he does not have two consecutive primary votes. So what can he do? Well, he actually sued to ensure that he could appear on the ballot as a Republican. And the state party took issue with it. They went to court. I'm not going to get into the details. It's out there if you want to know. Look it up. But he won the initial phase of his lawsuit. The state party was told, hey, he can run as a Republican. The law was actually, the rules, the two primary rule was judged to be unconstitutional. And I'm going to do a full show on that, why they said that, what the brief was from the judge, the decision, all of that. And we're also going to have some people on the show to discuss what that means. But the short-term effect is that the state party was told, yep, that's fine. He can run with one primary vote and one primary election. And they pretty much told the clerks to accept any applications that meet those criteria. Now, I don't know if no primary votes will allow you to run, but I do know that a single one right now is okay. So we shall see. It's going to be interesting. Now, we do have Mr. Rust coming on the show, I believe on the 23rd. Let me verify that. I think January 23rd. And I'll do the actual post for it. But I did want to give you guys a heads up, save the date kind of thing. January 23rd at our usual 7 p.m. Central Time. he's going to come onto the show. We're gonna interview him, and you know what? I'm going to really try to do the in-depth view and explanation of what happened with the court case and everything before we actually have the interview with him, because I don't want to waste the whole time getting to know this guy on the court case, the interpretation, I want to get that out of the way first. Let me know, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Talk to me. So we also have been talking to Alan Stevens, the LaPorte County Republican chairman, whom I know, obviously. He's going to come on to the show. He was going to come on a couple of days after Mr. Rust, but we have a scheduling conflict. There's a fundraiser that he needs to attend on that day, so we're going to have to reschedule that. But he's going to come onto the show. We're talking to a gentleman running for attorney general. Let's see here. Let me bring the name up because I want to make sure I get it. His nickname's Bobby, but it's like Exton Robert Cordingly. He's going to be coming onto the show. We also sent numerous invitations out to people, and I want to clarify something because there were some Facebook comments, a discussion thread. Let me clarify something. I don't care what your political party is. There's an open invitation to come on to Dion's Daily Dose and have an open conversation with the voters and with the viewers. We'd love to get to know the people running for office. As I've said on many occasions, I wish more people would run for office. I wish more people would understand how important the primary election is. But we have a number of people that we've sent invitations to. I have a team that handles that for me, and they do a phenomenal job. I'm so thankful for these people that work hard behind the scenes so that you guys get the best quality and the best people that are here to talk to you. You guys let me know. I'm very interested in your opinions of the camera distance. Should I zoom in more? What do you think? I'm still playing with it. This is probably not going to be the final format, but I did want to kind of start from there. What are you guys looking forward to in 2024? I know for me, the bingo cards are absolutely incredibly amusing. I mean, who had tunnels on their 2024 bingo card? Who had Miami Mall alien drama on their 2024 bingo cards? Oh, look, Connie's joining us. Hi, Connie. Good to see you. Yeah, we've got just an absolutely wild, and of course the Epstein list and all of that. I'm gonna do some more in-depth breakdowns, obviously, but I did want to jump on. This is kind of an informal hello to everyone. I really miss you guys. How was your holiday? Let me know. Ours was really good. We went to see my in-laws for the Christmas holidays. Mother-in-law and father-in-law, mother-in-law came up from Tennessee. They live in Tennessee, and they came up here, and we went to sister-in-law's house, and they had moved since the previous, because every year we go over there. Sans one year where they came over here, but honestly, my house is too small for that. They a little bit more entertaining room, but they moved, and so this was the new home, and it's a little further away, but beautiful house. Like always, the most gracious and wonderful hosts. We had a really good time. There is a new baby in the family there. So you guys know Donovan, he doesn't really care for babies. So he stayed home, but it was a really good holiday. And then of course, New Year's, I hope you guys had a great holiday. Connie says drain the swamp. Absolutely. So going back to the elections and the people that are running, there's a whole lot that's going on, obviously at the national level, but also at the county and city levels. We had the city elections here, the municipal elections, and it wasn't a surprise. Michigan City is very left-leaning. Democrats won up and down the ballot. Now, I will say former mayor Dwayne Perry was beaten by Angie Deutsch, Nelson Deutsch. So she's the new mayor. She got sworn in, and we're seeing her particular brand of mayoring starting to take shape. And I have high hopes. Expectations are a different story, but I have high hopes, just like always. So I got everything set up. I think it looks okay. The lighting seems to be good. I may end up zooming the camera angle in a little bit, but what do you guys think? Let me know. I'm pleasantly surprised. This is actually a really dark gray. When I first started painting it, I thought it was a different color. And we started painting, and I got like a third of the way. I'm like, this is for the particular area that I started with. And I got like a third of the way through. I'm like, this is really dark. I sure hope this lightens up. I sent pictures to the channel. If you guys haven't seen them, check the Dion for Indiana Facebook page for some more pictures of the office itself, the studio. We'll kind of zoom out a little bit on another live. I'll give you a full. I gotta clear my bookshelf off because I kind of moved stuff over there while I was organizing here. But I got the little surround set up with the monitors. I'm kind of in the corner, which I think is a nice. It gives something to look at with the flags, but it isn't too busy. What do you guys think? Let me know. So we've got some really, really good candidates and some other people that I'm trying to get on the show. I hope that we have the opportunity because I think there are a lot of really good conversations that can happen. Going back, because it's important. It's important that I clarify this because I want to make sure everybody understands. Anyone and everyone that wants to appear on the show, I have an open door policy. You can either reach out to me on one of the platforms that you're viewing this or email us directly, talk@dionbergeron.com. Let me see. I should have that already, but if not, I can make one real quick. There we go. Okay, there it is. Look on the bottom. talk@dionbergeron.com. If you or anyone you know, I don't care the political party, Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Green Party, Ducks Are Ugly Party, whatever. You're more than welcome to come on the show. As a matter of fact, I would love to have you on the show so that we could talk. I also have an actual guest seating area now for those who would like to appear in person, who maybe aren't comfortable with virtual or don't have an excellent camera. I have another camera and microphone. I am learning. If you guys are familiar with OBS Studio, it's a free, it's like a streaming type of deal. You can do recording, podcasts, streaming, etc. I am slowly learning how to use it. I had to because the new camera that I got, which I think looks really, really good quality wise, lighting seems to be decent. Now the lighting is a light ring, but the camera seems to be really, really good. That didn't work directly. It's kind of some behind the scenes stuff. So I had to get creative, figure out how to use this new software, but we got it up and running. We've got some really, really interesting stuff. Now, the downside, I'm not 100% with, I got a different computer. I got a different camera. I got a whole bunch of different stuff. I have not been able to get some of my accounts going on quite yet. So that I can't screen share like the Twitter posts that I want, X posts that I want to show you, stuff like that. But I did redo I want to show you guys because I'm proud of it. If you didn't see the thumbnail that I made, we were able to replace the, because we had the Twitter and the Facebook on there, but we now stream to Rumble. We have a Rumble streaming, and we also have X has transitioned now, and it's no longer Twitter anymore. It's X. So I want to show you guys the base. Let's see. Let's move this over here. We are going to share this screen real quick so you can take a look, because like I said, I spent time on it. I'm proud of it. And maybe some of you know how to use it. It's called GIMP, G-I-M-P, and it's a graphical editing program. And I have people who do graphical editing for me, but I personally, I hate to bug them all the time to do one for, especially, every single show I do. There needs to be a new graphic put in and adjustments made and all of that. But let me, let's see here. Share screen. This should be it right here. Allow. There we go. So I want to point out here. So we had before, matter of fact, I'll show you the old one. Oh, I think I actually deleted that one. This one will work though. There. You see how it has Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, right? Can you guys see me? That's weird. I wonder if it's because it's virtual camera. I notice I'm kind of disappearing. That's something I'll mess with later. So anyway, let me get back to, I'm still learning because OBS, I have to use the camera. It's called virtual camera through OBS, because otherwise I can't adjust any of the settings to StreamYard. Like I said, kind of behind the scenes stuff. But let me show you. This is the old one. So I had to get rid of Twitter and we had to add Rumble, right? So what we did was we put the X logo in, we added the Rumble logo, and just got rid of Twitter and kind of truncated it a little bit. There are a couple of very, very difficult to see for normal people, imperfections. So I plan on spending more time, but I think it looks better. Excuse me. And so I also had to redo the one for guests. So you'll see a new one of those when we have our guest on. But I'm going to throw that banner up one more time. Please refer to this. We would love to have you on the show. It is not restricted to one party or the other. Interestingly enough, I have an individual who schedules almost every single one of my guests and appearances. And he is diligent about sending out invitations to anyone and everyone, regardless of party. There was a claim that an individual never received an invitation to come onto the show. Now, I want to make it very clear. This individual is quite clear that there is a show. It's not like they were unaware of the show. They had some complaints about a guest that we had on, so they knew that there was a show. I try in every show to let people know, if you or someone you know would like to appear on Dion's Daily Dose, because I love to have those conversations, call, write, leave a message, leave a comment, email. This email, talk@dionbergeron.com, goes directly to me. I check that email. So there is no excuse. If you want the opportunity to come onto the show, that's how you do it. If you leave a comment or something else and it doesn't get the traction that you want, or if you just want to cut the line and go directly to the source, emailing. Otherwise, my booking agent, he does a really, really, really good job. Again, he's a behind the scenes guy. I have a couple of people who help me with the show, several actually, with various things, and they are very private people. They don't like to be in the spotlight. They want to be behind the scenes. They enjoy doing that. They're exceptionally good at it. and I greatly appreciate them. So yeah, that's it. I'm so glad that everybody so far has had a good holiday. It was expensive, of course, because the economy. But did you get what you wanted for Christmas? We have, as you know, we have several children. Um, Everybody got what they really, really wanted. I think they all seemed pretty happy. My oldest finally moved out. My oldest son. My oldest children live. They live on their own and have for a while. But my oldest son, Orion, he moved out. He has his own place now. I am really, really proud of the way that he went about that. When I first moved out, I didn't have a lot of choice because I was 16. But when I moved out on my own, I wasn't even remotely close to ready. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Um, he's doing really, really well. He planned for it. He thought it out. He had the long, hard conversations about budgets and what they mean and buying groceries. But no matter how much planning you have, something's always bound to go wrong. Am I right? So we've had a couple instances where we've told him, hey man, if you're hungry, come on by and get some food, and he did for the holidays, of course, and we made him really good to go plates. Uh, that was one of the things that I myself had to kind of learn when I moved out on my own is it's different when you're the one buying the groceries. It is different when you're the one that has to stock that fridge or that pantry, and you can't just go in there and help yourself. But he's doing exceptionally well. Again, I'm very, very proud of him. My middle son, because I got to bring you guys up to speed because I haven't talked to you in a while. I did a really quick video. So I'm not sure when the last one I did was. We had that upgrade that we did, technological upgrade that we did. We had some issues with some lag. It looks like we seem to have fixed that. So I'm really, really happy about that. I've been paying close attention, waiting for any sort of glitches, and I don't see any problems. So I think we're good on that. Hopefully. So the 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 oldest is moved out. The middle son, he got his first job. He is working at a local grocery store as a bagger, and he is learning the ins and outs of the workplace. And I'm going to say this, so he is. I mean, he's a teenage boy, but when it comes to teenage boys and doing chores and stuff, you always get that. Oh, okay. So I was a little concerned that might translate to the workplace, and he may not respond well to taking orders. But excuse me, I've gone to his job a couple of times as a shopper while he's there. I just ate. I know better than to eat right before I go on camera, but I kind of had to squeeze it in. It's another reason why I was a couple of minutes late getting it started. But he's doing really much, much better, honestly, than I thought he would be. And my youngest son is also working. So I got 3 employed sons, and they are doing very, very well. I hope you and yours are doing even a fraction of it as well. The economy's hard. I know it. Prices are astronomical. I just went to the store before I came home today, and looking at the prices. Hey, Shannon, what's up, man? Good to see you. Um, it's funny because the middle son, he has decided that he wants to be an electrician. Reminded me of that when I saw Shannon. And so we're wrapping that up. I guess they're really, really backed up as far as electricians go. There's jobs planned out for a while. They're short of staff. So if you or anybody is looking for a trade, they need electricians bad. Donovan is really excited about it and finishing up the last little bit of. We got to do some math recap because I guess algebra is important when you're an electrician. I didn't know that. The most electrical stuff I've ever done, rewired some outlets, done some miscellaneous home repairs, but never actually like really got into any of that. So I guess algebra is, basic regular algebra, not the advanced trig or stuff. What's not trig, but the other one, I can't think of it right now. Calculus. I don't know how important that stuff is, but algebra itself is pretty important. So we're gonna do a recap on that and make sure that he's up to speed on it, and then he's good to go. He's ready to graduate. He's working now to save up because he wants to buy a car. He has learned, especially with his older brother, that a vehicle represents freedom. It gives you a certain degree of ability, especially, he's almost 18. It gives you that certain degree of freedom where you're able to go, okay, I want to go here or I'm going to go there. Yeah, but of course, with anything financial, there are upkeep costs. As my older son learned, his car is in really bad shape. It's about to die on him. He's vehicle shopping right now. As a matter of fact, looking online, he's owned. How many has he had now? He's had like 3 or 4 cars to this point. He's got this Saturn Ion right now. That's just it's not doing well. I guess he took it to get the oil changed, and they said the timing chain's leaking, the transmission's leaking. It's making some. It does this fluctuating idle where it'll go like. Zzz, zzz, zzz. I had a Toyota actually. I'm trying to think of when, many years ago. It was like a Camry, and most Toyotas, of course, run forever. This particular Toyota belonged to my grandparents, and it ran perfectly fine until they gave it to me, sold it to me, whatever. And it's the idle starts fluctuating. It died on me. Like, it's just, I don't know. It is what it is, but we're trying to get him a good, long lasting vehicle, something reliable. He's 21 years old. So he has this concept about what good vehicles are. He sending me stuff like these like this 20-something-year-old BMW. I'm like, no, dude, no. You don't need a BMW. They are super expensive to repair, and they're just not as good as they used to be. Not to mention, you guys know they charge a monthly fee for using stuff like your heated seats now. There's a subscription for your heated seats in BMWs. I refuse to be a part of that. And I know it's older, I know the whole economic deal, but yeah, we're good. We're good here in the Bergeron household. And I hope that you guys are doing well too. I'm really excited about the upcoming interviews that we have. And you know what? We're also going to talk about, I don't know if you guys have paid attention, but the LaPorte County Council, there's some crazy stuff going on with that. We had an opening on the Board of Health, and I had my wife apply for it. She didn't get it. As a matter of fact, no one even put forward her name, which personally I think is, even if you don't get enough votes, there's really no reason for her not to have been nominated by someone. These people were allegedly our friends. I mean, over half the council we talk to on a regular basis and are really, cool with. There was no reason for it not to at least. She's a perfect candidate for the Board of Health because she deals with the state on an almost daily basis in her job. Health. Anyway, it's political, of course. It always is. It's not what you know, it's who you know, and it is what it is. However, there's some other stuff that is going on. So we've had a massive change of leadership. Mike Rosenbaum was the president of the LaPorte County Council. It is now Who got it? I know the name. I just Novak. Yeah, Randy Novak is now the president. He was president before when the Dems were in charge. I'm not entirely sure how that came about. We have a allegedly Republican majority, but I think that personally, this is my belief. I don't have any actual evidence of this yet, but I'm going to do some more research, and I'm going to bring you guys some receipts if I can. I think there's some behind the scenes stuff going on. I think that there are some people unhappy with fellow members of the council, but we'll get to that. I highly recommend that you guys pay attention to your local politicians. Watch. I know the meetings are boring, and the funny thing is that there's kind of supposed to be, because when things are going well, the meetings are generally boring. When things aren't going well and people start to get a little buck wild, you have the example of our commissioners, our county commissioners, and I'm not even going to get drawn into all that. Again, I don't want to make statements without having receipts, but I have linked some very interesting happenings on the commission, and I highly recommend you guys pay attention to your local politicians. Let's just say that. So I think we're going to call it here again. Just to give you a quick recap, here's who we have in the very near future within the next few weeks. John Rust is coming on January 23rd. Please save the date. I really want you guys, send me, if you have questions that you would like candidates for a particular position, if there are certain questions that you want asked, email them to me. I'll make sure that we get them in there. If you want to watch live and ask them directly, you can do that too. But it makes it easier if I have a list, because then I can make sure to kind of structure it. We always open to public questions, but it makes it easier on me so that I can kind of know when the best time to put that in there is. So John Rust is coming on. We've got Al Stevens coming on. Now I'm going to reach out to lots of others, and of course the individual who handles my booking does a lot of that. But I'm going to make sure that there are a nice wide assortment of people for us to have on and have some conversations with. I'm also going to try to get a lot more of local community leaders, business owners, stuff like that. And if you or someone you know wants to come on, send it to me. I'm going to drop this off of here one more time once it's finished. But please send me questions, watch the show, share it. We now have, I wanted to let you guys know. So previously, the YouTube channel was Dion for Indiana. It's the same channel, but I've changed the name to Dion's Daily Dose. I meant to do it quite a while ago, and it just slipped my mind. But now everything's consistent across all the platforms. Everything Dion's Daily Dose. We're also working on so a little bit of new branding. We're going to try to I guess get things a little brighter, a little better coordinated, and make sure that we have less technical problems. So far, I am extremely pleased with the new setup. We're not having, so I went from a wired, right? If you guys watched the show for any number of time, you know I dealt with a real issue with lag with the camera. It would cut out, it would come back. I ran 30 to 50 feet of ether cord to make sure that I had a hardwired connection so that we wouldn't have that problem anymore. It still happened. When I moved from the other office that I was using into my studio and setting it up, I was like, do I want to go and do I want to drill the hole and run it over and da da da? I said, well, this has a much more up-to-date wireless capability, right? So let's try it. You know, one of the things, so I have the gigabit Ethernet, which is supposed to be the 1 gig per second, blah, blah, blah. I never got close to those numbers. When I even hardwired, I would see maybe 250, 300 Mbps. Now I moved it over here. I did the wireless and I ran some speed testing, and I'm getting like 800 Mbps with wireless. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to try to run a wire. I'm just going to leave it alone because it looks like it's good to me. And it does seem to be functioning properly. So there we go. Once again, we have seating now, and I'll show you guys. I'm going to get, I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to have my other camera set up so that you guys can see the rest of the studio. But again, if you really can't wait till then, you want to see the rest of it, check the Dion for Indiana Facebook page. We have a couple of pictures up, and let me know what you guys think. I'm always interested in your opinion, and I really want to improve it for you. I think there's a lot of room to grow here, and I think it's going to be an awesome year. If you guys haven't been paying attention, Epstein files dropped, tons of resignations, tons of people announcing that they're not running for re-election. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. And then of course, caverns and tunnels and all kinds of stuff. So with that, once again, like always, I greatly appreciate you spending your time with me. I think we're going to cut it short tonight. There is so much more that I'm working on that I'm really, really excited to show you. But I got to give you a reason to tune in next time, right? Love you guys. Really, seriously. Thank you. It's hard to believe. It's been over 2 years since I started this channel, and you guys have been amazing. So thank you for joining me once again. God bless you. God bless Indiana. God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much. Love you guys.
If you'd like to support the show, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/Dion's Daily Dose. This has been Dion's Daily Dose, hosted by Dion Bergeron. Executive producers, Sean Holgram and Michael Beebe. Copyright 2024. Dion's Daily Dose, all rights reserved.